Hello and welcome everybody to the York Sports Network, where we are a couple minutes into the first home opener for the York Dukes basketball team. They are taking on the Hinsdale Central Red Devils here in the Dick Campbell Gymnasium. A bit of a slow start for both teams. Hinsdale Central with a narrow 3-0 lead as we just hit the 5-minute mark. Apologies for the late start. As there's a foul on Simon Redfern. Starting point guard for this Duke squad, a senior. But it's Hinsdale Central with possession. Here's a steal, and now it's Levine going the other way. He can't finish on the layup. And here come the Red Devils in transition. That's number 12, that's Ben Oosterbaan. He's the star of this squad. And the Dukes turn it away again. Turn it over again, I should say. And a quick timeout here by York. Apologies, no timeouts, just substitutions. We got Chris Danko, a junior, coming in for Redfern. And the senior Adam Hardick takes a seat. Logan Rice comes in for him. Hinsdale Central with it now. It's Oosterbaan. Oosterbaan on the drive. He's short, but the follow-up is good. That's number 10, Billy Kernugle, a two-sport athlete. Devils with the early lead. Levine, step-back shot. Won't go. Rebound by Kernugle. Out comes Evan Phillips with it. And he's stripped. That's Ryan Pecos with the steal. Now here come the Dukes. Levine drives, was hit, and he's fouled. Two shots coming for A.J. Levine.
There's no sound. Because I see here there's no bars. Tap your mic.
I don't understand, man. Are you calling Jack?
Oh, I just got it.
And Levine goes 0 for 2 from the line. Now it's Phillips with it. Dukes in their standard 1-2-2 zone defense, and you see why. Another steal for the York Dukes. Levine in transition, makes the extra pass, finds Logan Rice, and he's fouled. It was Logan Rice with the steal, and now two shots upcoming for him. And Rice cannot hit. Duke struggling from the line early. .318 remaining in this first quarter, and the Dukes are looking for their first points of this contest. Rice goes 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Now Kernugle with it. And a steal by Rice. Now here comes Danko. Danko has to kick it out. Levine, but he's stripped by Phillips. Now up the head to Oosterbaan, who throws it down. A two-handed slam for Benny Oosterbaan, getting this Hinsdale Central bench going.
Oosterbaan.
And thought about a timeout, not going to use it. A little bit of confusion there. Hinsdale Central scoring 7 of the first 8 points here. Levine on the drive, kick out. Kyle Waltz for 3, got it. That's a junior with a lot of size and a lethal jump shot. Huge three-pointer for York there, cutting into this lead. Now Phillips Oosterbaan. Pressured by Waltz on the wing. Oosterbaan gets around him, now kicks. Three-pointer, it's good. That's Emerson Eck. Another very tall guard, one of many on this Hinsdale Central squad. Answers York's three with a three of his own. Braden Richardson's checked back into this game for the Dukes. Now it's Levine on the wing, finding Waltz. Waltz, extra pass. Now it's Chris Denko. He drives baseline and steps on the baseline. It'll be another turnover for York. Hinsdale Central with possession. Cernugal down low. Oosterbaan lost it, and it's a turnover forced by York. Levine in transition. Levine stops. Now fires a pass that was tipped, and it ends up in the hands of Benny Oosterbaan. Hello, everybody, and welcome to York Sports Network. I'm Gavin Connolly. With me, Joshua Melvin. Exciting contest so far. One that's been dominated by defense. A lot of turnovers on both ends. Dukes just forced their latest one there.
Dukes with that famous ball press that is notable for causing a lot of turnovers and stress on these players that aren't experienced with ball handling.
Junior Nick Dezano with the ball right now. He had just checked into the game. Lots of subs early for the Dukes. Here's Levine with it. An all-junior lineup right on the court for York. Now Waltz drives baseline, kicks back out. Levine, under a minute to play. Phillips guarding him. Now Richardson.
Good defense here by the Red Devils.
Levine floater. Won't go, but he's fouled.
And as you said, the Dukes have forced a lot of turnovers here this evening against the Red Devils, who are actually right now probably the favorites to win the division. They are 3-1 currently with a plus 19-point margin, with their only loss coming at a tournament against Oswego East, who's notable for being very good at basketball. And Oosterbaan, their star player, dropped 33 in that one, as he's showing his scoring prowess for the Red Devils offense.
1 for 2 from the line from Levine. It's Oosterbaan with the rebound. 33 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Dukes trying to get the ball back. They trail by 5. Phillips with it at half court. Now Eck kicks it out. Jack Trainer for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded Richardson, and the Dukes are looking to slow it down. Maybe hold the ball for the last possession. Coach Mike Dunn screaming at his team. Now 10 to play. A double screen for Levine. He gets open. Step back 3. Off the mark. Looking for a second chance. Rebounded by Richardson. He's short. A third chance. And a foul. The clock expires, but the ref blew his whistle first. It was an offensive rebound with number 23, Logan Rice. He's going to shoot 2.
Good job there. In a switching man defense, Hinsdale Central has been very effective at that. Logan Rice had a good screen and roll, but wasn't able to be found with the height that Oosterbaan and pretty much the entirety of this Hinsdale Central team has, as they prevent a lot of situations. Good there with a few chunk of Hinsdale Central kids trying to get in Logan Rice's head. Younger brother of last year's team manager, Gannon Rice.
Rice hits them both, and the Dukes' deficit is 3 at the end of the first quarter.
This is your classic Dukes game against a team that is theoretically and on paper going into the game supposed to be, quote-unquote, better. And it's your classic Vince Dunn and York Duke basketball game where they're going to play defense, play you hard, and make you work for every single basket. And they're going to keep it close, as the Dukes are going to try to tonight, as a pretty prolific offense, scoring 60.5 points per game is the Red Devils' offense. And the Dukes, on the other hand, haven't been as prolific on offense, except for one game against Round Lake where they put up 78 points. But they've had a tough schedule so far, facing 2 top 25 teams in the state, number 18 Glenbrook South, number 22 Hersey, both not here in Dick Campbell Gym, where they have a huge home court advantage, helped out by the student section, as you can see, and the wonderful York Dukes band.
Yeah, it's a little bit of two different rosters. Hinsdale Central relying on a lot of seniors this year, a lot of terrific players last year, like we said, Kernugel, Eck, Oosterbaan, all looking to make an impact in their final year on the team. However, the Dukes using a lot of seniors, or excuse me, a lot of juniors. You have familiar faces like Braden Richardson, but we've seen a lot of new faces already, like Kyle Waltz, like Nick Dezano, like Logan Rice, and already they're making an impact here in their first quarter. And Dick Campbell Gymnasium. Second quarter underway. Hinsdale Central with the ball to start. Some subs made. Patrick Graham in for Hinsdale Central, and he's got the ball right now. Oosterbaan kicks to Chase Collignon. Now Oosterbaan poked away by Waltz. Waltz the other way. Waltz off 2 feet. Won't go. And the ball goes to Hinsdale. Last touch by Waltz, says the ref. Dukes have gotten a lot of possessions in transition. Haven't always been able to capitalize. But the good defense is a strong start. Now Graham with it. Graham pull-up jumper, short. Rebound by Waltz. Now it's Levine. Levine with his right hand, trying to gain space. Oosterbaan on Waltz. Now it's Levine at the top of the key. Kicks to Hardick. He's checked back in. Ryan Pekosh as well. Those are the 5 for York. Waltz, three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound by Collignon.
And Joe Sutton trying to slow down the pace, really get control of those balls. They've probably had 7 to 9 turnovers so far already today, but the Dukes have been unable to capitalize.
A lot more Dukes length than last year. Able to tip some passes just like we saw. That's Graham going baseline. Can't finish, but he gets his own board. Central going up. And a foul. And the basket. That was a blocking foul on Adam Hardick, and Chase Collignon is going to go to the line for an and one.
Thought he made the charge symbol, and I was going to say that's the Adam Hardick special. You'll be seeing him fall on his back a lot. He's one of the best centers in the game at taking charges. Really got that skill down like Kyle Lowry.
Hardick is a very, very physical player, 2-year varsity starter. Collignon converts the and one, and the lead is back up to 6 for Hinsdale. Levine on the drive, too strong. Looking for a foul there. Ref's not going to give it to him. Now it's Graham in transition. Now it's Cernugel. Back to Graham. Graham with his right. Cernugel in the paint. And tough finish, but it goes. Now Levine gets a screen from Hardick. Now kicks to Waltz. Waltz goes baseline, pull-up jumper, short. And the rebound, that's the new sub, Will Gaffney. And out comes Hinsdale Central. Now it's Gaffney on the wing. Now Collignon to Graham. Graham drives with his left. Now kicks corner. Phillips in and out. And Kyle Waltz throws it away. Collignon, Euro step, and a travel. No foul call. The whistle was blown. Ball back to the Dukes.
Couple of subs coming on. Kyle Waltz there, showing his inexperience, doesn't really blame him there. Had a good pocket pass opportunity to Hardick, who was rolling to the basket. And there, a little bit of a risky pass that didn't turn out well, but thankfully it was a travel, so then no points were scored on that turnover. But as the season goes on, his talent will begin to show as he's one of the more talented shooters and scorers on this team. And the Dukes are going to need that with a tactful team.
Fresh bodies on the court for York. Logan Rice checks back in, as does number 11, Alex Sherman. Senior sees his first minutes tonight. Now it's Sherman with the ball. Now Brennan Molis, he's also checked in, gets stuffed by the back of the backboard. And you can see how fast Hinsdale Central can push it in transition. Cernugal, layup won't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Very rough game so far, a bunch of fouls. That's just because these two teams are playing very hard. They're both competing in this very, very competitive West Suburban Silver Conference with Downs Grove North, Glenbard West, Hinsdale Central, obviously, Lyons Township, OPRF, and here York, as all of them all have a chance to win the conference this year. As Glenbard West super team last year has been disassembled. They're still going to be very good, but all 5 of their starters are gone, have graduated and moved on to D1 programs. Both these teams looking to steal the crown from them, from the Hilltoppers, and continue the dominance of the West Suburban Silver Conference.
Cernugal hits them both there. It's a 10-point lead for Central. Now Peckosh gets the double team and throws it away. The pressure got to him there. And now Hinsdale Central looking to run. They're going to call an offensive foul. Great play by Ryan Peckosh to make up for the turnover. Sacrificing the body, taking a charge, ball back to the Dukes.
And you could definitely tell this is an early season game, as a lot of these, as both teams who are both skilled and very good and deep teams have been making a ton of mistakes so far tonight. And so far, Hinsdale Central has been able to capitalize on them more, which led to their 10-point lead.
Levine drives, kicks. Now Mullis on the drive. And a reach-in foul called on Emerson Eck. Number 22, Daniel Orozco, takes a seat. Sherman inbound. Now it's Levine with it. Kicks it to Sherman. Sherman fires away. Off the mark. Now Phillips, top of the key, working the offense for this Red Devils team. Good front by Logan Rice. Collignon had the size advantage and was looking to post up, but Logan Rice with that quickness, able to knock the ball out of bounds.
That's something that will be interesting, as Logan Rice is the backup center, but only at 6'2". He's going to have to use his athleticism to make up.
Emerson Eck off the mark with a 3. And a foul. And that foul will put the Dukes in the bonus. So Chris Danko shooting a 1-and-1. That is huge because there's 3:16 to go in the first half. So anytime Hinsdale Central fouls, York will be shooting free throws. Danko hits the first. Off the mark. Dukes have struggled from the free throw line tonight, keeping points off the board, but they're still in this game, only down by 9. It's Cernugal with it, harassed by Rice. Now it's Oosterbaan. Oosterbaan in the paint. Fade away. It's good. Looking like Kevin Durant out there with that fadeaway in the paint.
Now Hinsdale Central comes out with the 1-3-1 zone to try and change up the defense defense to slow down the Dukes.
Levine fires for three. Can't hit. Levine was one of the top scorers in the Dukes Summer League. Hasn't found his shooting touch tonight. Only one free throw for number 3 thus far.
As you saw there, Levine taking the 3. That's how you're really going to have to break up this 1-3-1 zone, is that really stops a lot of drives to the paint since there's 4 guys in there collapsing on the ball at all times. But they're going to have to start hitting their threes to be able to actually make them change their defense.
Cernugal on the backdoor cut makes Hardick foul him. Excuse me, makes Denko foul him. Two shots coming for the senior. Like we mentioned, Cernugal also plays quarterback for the Hinsdale Central football team. A very talented athlete. Oosterbaan as well plays baseball and has played on the varsity team for quite a few years. So athletes of many kind here on this Hinsdale Central team. Lead up to 13 now. Levine, pass is tipped, and a steal. Eck dumps it off to Phillips. Phillips kicks to Oosterbaan. Oosterbaan for 3, it's good! Hinsdale Central starting to heat up from beyond the arc. It's now a 16-point lead. Or was there a foul? They called the 3. But a Hinsdale foul, You don't see that too often. So they're going to count the 3-pointer for Oosterbaan, but they're going to give Brennan Molis free throws. There's a foul after the play on Central.
Interesting call. Doesn't typically happen. It looks like a moving screen, but it was off ball, so it didn't necessarily impact the chances of that ball going in. But you don't want to leave Oosterbaan open that often.
No. Molis hits the first on the 1-for-1. Subs coming for the Red Devils. Jack Traynor checks back in, as does Patrick Graham.
On come with Braden Richardson, who's been a beast on the boards tonight. Duke's hitting the double-digit mark.
Braden Richardson back into the game. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Very fast-paced game and a very fast-moving first half. Graham, Central, moving the ball around. It's Graham in the corner, looking to get space. Simon Redfern defending him. Able to escape. Now Graham gets it back. Good defensive possession by York. Now Eck gets to the paint, floater. Can't hit. Denko with the rebound.
Hinsdale Central's been great at cutting off these drives for the Dukes, no matter if it's been solo drives or off the pick and roll. They've really been able to stay in front of their men.
Coach Dunn bringing this new offense to York. And a timeout by Coach Dunn. And with 1 minute on the dot remaining, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to York Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Back to the action. Dukes with the ball. Simon Redfern facing pressure at half court. Corner three. Off the mark, A.J. Levine. A bit of a cold first half for him, hoping he bounces back. Oosterbaan in transition, doesn't get the friendly roll. Under 40 to play, here comes Levine. Looking to push, Levine. Kicks, too strong for Logan Rice. Now here comes Hinsdale Central. Graham gets to the paint, Euro step, now kicks. Oosterbaan at the top of the key, surprised Graham just didn't shoot that. And now a timeout by Hinsdale Central. 20 seconds to go. Let's see what they draw up. Likely just going to hold the ball until the end of the half. But a very fast-paced game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of plays in transition. Not a lot of scoring, however.
Yeah, it feels definitely like the Dukes are closer than the 14-point gap, but they just haven't been able to capitalize on all the turnovers they've been forcing. They've probably been forcing, I want to say, about 11 turnovers so far tonight, and they just probably have scored 5 to 6 points on those turnovers, just not getting them enough and not looking for the best passes. As Gavin pointed out, this is a very young team. There's a lot of juniors who are starting and playing significant minutes, and the Dukes have a lot of depth as they've already played 11 guys tonight. That's over 2 full rotations. They'll probably get down to their main guys later in the season in these divisional games, but this is definitely one of those try-em-out games, see who's really playing well and who's in form.
Corner three by Eck, off the mark. Now Oosterbaan, he tees up a three, in and out. Final seconds remaining. Desano heaves from half court and almost goes down. Hit the backboard and hit the rim, but didn't hit the back of the net. So the Dukes go into halftime trailing this one 24 to 10. One of their lowest first half performances, definitely of the year. Definitely the lowest scoring first half that we've seen in quite some time. But we'll take a quick break, hand this one over to the York Dukes band. You're listening to York Sports Network. Second half will be coming right up in just under 10 minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of the York Dukes basketball home opener against Hinsdale Central. Courtesy of York Sports Network, I'm Gavin Connolly. With me, Joshua Melvin. Second half, moments away. Dukes go back to their starters. That's Simon Redfern, Adam Hardick, Braden Richardson, Ryan Pekosh, and A.J. Levine. Those are the five that started for the Dukes. They're going to start the second half as well. For the Red Devils, it's going to be Cernugal, Collignon, Eck, Oosterbaan, and Phillips. Richardson with a nice cut and a great find by Adam Hardick. First points of the second half for the Dukes. Only 10 points in the first half for them. Off to a nice start offensively, however. Good closeout by Pekosh. Eck goes baseline on Hardick and can't finish the floater. Rebound by Chase Collignon, and he chases it out to midcourt. Evan Phillips garnering this offense. Now Oosterbaan spinning, floating, and it's good.
It's always a tough feeling. Braden Richardson with a good challenge there, but Oosterbaan able to readjust midair to get the bucket.
Oosterbaan up to 9 points for the game now. Richardson had his pocket picked, gets it back, and a reach and foul. Levine, the mid-range jumper, it's good. First field goal of the day for A.J. Levine. And after a 3-point second quarter, 4 points here in the third. And we're only a minute and a half in.
That's a pretty good pace.
Not sure what the call was.
I think a foul on Hardick.
It will be on Hardick. That's his third, so in comes Brendan Molas. Hardick's going to sit.
Not a smart foul there. You're already at 3, and I'm pretty sure at the high school level it's 5 and you're out.
It is 5. Cernugal backing down Richardson and scoring with the right hand.
And doubling up the Dukes.
Lead back up to 14. Levine drives, floats one. It's good. 4 points in the quarter for A.J. Levine. Getting some touches in the paint.
If you're the Red Devils, you don't want him to heat up. He can hit anything from anywhere, and if he starts to heat up, he's going to get some confidence and start pulling some threes and making them.
Meanwhile, Emerson Eck hits the contested layup along the baseline. Both offenses finding some rhythm here in the second half. Levine looking to score. Oh, a nice little shovel pass to Ryan Pekosh. He's fouled. Can't finish. But he will be shooting too. A great little shovel pass from Levine.
Yeah, wonderful passes. That looked like he was going to be a shot fake, but then just lays it into Pekosh. Good job there. Good find. The chemistry of this Dukes team will get better throughout the season as they all get better at passing, as none of them are true point guards who are really stellar passers, but that means that all of them have the potential to work together and play a Spurs-like offense with a bunch of court ball movements. They've done really well around the three-point line tonight, but it can always be improved.
Pekosh splits the free throws. And a steal by Molas. Here comes Molas now. Kicks one out to Pekosh. Now it's Molis in the corner. Cernugal defending. Now Levine fires for three. Air ball. And the Hinsdale Central student section letting him hear that. Now a pass to nobody from Emerson Eck. That's stolen in the Dukes Cohen transition. And a foul. That's Chase Collignon. Good aggression by Brennan Molis. Using that head of steam to attack Collignon and forcing him to foul. That's the third. They're marking it to Cernugal, even though Cernugal was not involved in the play. We'll see if that gets corrected. Nonetheless, 2 free throws for Brendan Molis, and he's off on the first.
Duke's now not converting on free throws. That's not great to see, as you've been struggling from the court throughout. You're going to need to convert on the free throws for free points.
Dukes were 7 of 12 from the free throw line in the first half. And they're 2 for 4 here in the second. The lead is still double digits, though. Hinsdale Central slowing it down a little bit now that they have the lead. Now Phillips, Cernugal. Quick little pass, open Eck. Off the mark. Richardson. Nice pass, finding open Molis. Molis, nice touch off the glass, and it's good. A nice little half from the junior.
He's got himself up to 5 points now, tying Levine for the leading scorer in green and white.
Oosterbaan travels. So a little bit of momentum here for York.
Gonna have to capitalize on it and continue to keep this scoring going, as this is the most prolific the Duke's offense has looked, as in only 4 minutes they scored as many points as they did in the first 16.
Nick Dizano checks in. Nice pass by Pecos to find Richardson. Richardson misses, but he gets his own board and scores on his second attempt. Here come the Dukes. Lead down to 8. Patrick Graham is in for Hinsdale.
It's all junior lineup working really well for York.
And the crowd's starting to get into it, but they left Oosterbaan open, and he makes them pay.
Don't want to do that. A little miscommunication on defense there, but the Duke's looking to respond.
Ryan Pecos loses it, and now here comes Oosterbaan. Has 1 dunk already, and a nice little transition finish.
Gets it back up
Quick
to 13.
Quick 5 for Benny Oosterbaan.
Going into the zone to try and prevent the Dukes.
3 ball from Brendan Molis. Hits the top of the backboard. Out of bounds, ball back to the Red Devils.
Subs come on. It's Kyle Waltz and Logan Rice. Duke's not great from 3 tonight. To my remembrance, not making any.
Kyle Waltz with the only 3. Got to imagine they're going to look to run a play to him. Corner 3 off the mark for Hinsdale. Rice has it underneath. Reverse layup won't go. Rebound by Collignon. That's poked free, but he gets it back. Nice move from the forward, and he's fouled by Rice in the front court. It's very impressive how these big bodies on both sides can just get up and down the floor in like 3 dribbles. Fans of the NBA often remark how Giannis Antetokounmpo can get up and down the floor so easy. On the high school level, that's pretty comparable to some of these players on York and Hinsdale Central right now. Ball staying with Hinsdale. Up 13. Patrick Graham takes a seat. Cernugo in the post with the mismatch. Can't get the hook to go. And the rebound by A.J. Levine.
Red Devils leaving the door open, only scoring 5 points in the past few minutes. The Dukes need to capitalize.
Molas with the floater. It's short. And the rebound by Evan Phillips. Oosterbaan, no look pass, finds Collignon, down low, can't finish, a lot of contact but no call. Refs letting him play here.
Good challenge
as we
from
hit
Logan Rice.
1:35 to go in the third quarter, excuse me. Ball sent into the students section, but it'll be staying on this side of the floor. Oh, nice find by Brendan Molas. Kyle Waltz was lurking down low, but it'll be a jump ball.
And the possession was in the favor of the Red Devils, so that's going to be their ball. And then the possession will flip now to the Dukes. So the next jump ball, the Dukes will get.
Interesting that the Dukes 1-2-2 defense. Normally it's a full out, full court pressure. Coach Dunn drawing it back a little bit, and wisely so. Oh, a great find by Oosterbaan. He just has so much height over the defense. Oosterbaan stands at 6'6". He found Eck on the block. Now Eck will shoot 2 free throws. Eck hits the first. Evan Phillips will get a breather. In comes Jack Trainer. Eck hits them both. And he's into double digits now. Offense has really been led by the big 3 for Hinsdale Central. 10, 10, and 14 each for Eck, for Cernugo, and for Oosterbaan.
Guys that have led them all season to their winning record. And were very productive players on varsity last year for a team that went 5-7 in conference.
Tyler Thick got the steal. Pressure from Levine, and he's called for a hand check. That's one of the defensive philosophies that Coach Dunn has implemented these past couple of years, is always play aggressive and always try and get a hand on the ball when you can.
That's why there's been so many turnovers tonight.
Central doing a good job of moving the ball around and forces a bad pass. Turnover by Patrick Graham. Dukes into the front court now. Levine, head of steam, blocked by Graham. And they're going to call the foul in the backcourt on Logan Rice. Coach Dunn likely not happy with that. And the starters come back in for Hinsdale Central. Just a quick breather.
Trying to put this low-scoring game away before the fourth quarter. So they're up 15 right now.
Oosterbaan kicks to Eck. Now Phillips. 10 seconds to go. Oosterbaan. Now Collignon kicks to Oosterbaan. Got a screen. And three goes in and out, but the follow-up by Chase Collignon as the clock expires. The Dukes had some momentum in the third quarter, but Hinsdale Central went on a run of their own to close out the third. They extend their lead to 17 points, leading this one 39-22 as we head to the fourth. Josh, what did you think was the biggest factor from either side in that third quarter?
Well, the Dukes did a really good job for the first half of that first quarter, scoring 20 points in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, but only scoring 2 in the second 4 minutes. As the Dukes have not really been able to get anything going consistently on offense, they've made quite a few momentum swings, scoring a few points in a row as they had a little burst from none to 0 to 7, and then only scoring 3 the rest of the way the first half, and then here going from 10 to 20, but then nothing really since. And they just need to keep going with that. For those sort of swings, the Dukes were really finding good layup opportunities and using the 3-ball to try and stretch out the defense a bit more. And it was against that zone, which Hinsdale Central tried a few times, but clearly it wasn't working as the Dukes were able to find the little nooks and crannies in there to get some good looks, and the Dukes were able to tear up the zone. So likely Hinsdale Central will not go back to that for the rest of the night, but Hinsdale Central is just showing their size, as pretty much most of their players are 6'4 plus, except for mainly Evan Phillips, who's at 5'11, but everyone else on that team is around 6'4, 6'5, so it's a very tall and very strong team that is looking to out-physical you to the finish line.
Start of the fourth quarter starts with a great diving save by Ben Oosterman off the turnover, and Billy Cernugo lays it in. And a quick timeout by Coach Dunn. Only 14 seconds into the fourth. Hinsdale Central up 19 now. We will take a quick break. You're listening to York Sports Network. I'm Gavin Connolly. We'll be right back.
And welcome back. So the Dukes are not really faring well in this one, down 19 points, but I think it's just an inexperienced team. There's clearly talent there, there's clearly skill, and clearly depth, as they've used 12 players tonight. They're just clearly inexperienced, as a lot of them are now juniors, which means they were on the sophomore team last year, or were getting limited minutes with the senior Hever team of the 2021-22 Dukes. Long three here from A.J. Levine. But with time, I feel like this team will get better. And throughout conference play and playing tougher competition, especially in the Tosh with 4 games in 4 days, they'll really start to hit their stride and start to make a run.
We should hope to see that. It'll be a tough conference this year, but the Dukes are a very frisky team. Oh, extra pass, double extra pass. Ryan Pecos hit Adam Hardick in the post, but handed it off to Braden Richardson for the easy layup. Dukes trying to cut into this lead. We definitely see the tempo picking up for York. Hinsdale Central in no hurry to bring the ball down the court. Oosterman in the corner, can't hit. Rebound Kyle Waltz. Dukes with one of their best three-point shooting lineups on the court right now, and they find Waltz open for three. It's good. Kyle Waltz hits his second three of the game, right on cue. Six points for the junior.
Kyle Waltz with a lot of potential. Just needs to get more sturdy on defense and consistent in the rebounding department for him to really become a star for Vince Dunn's Dukes.
Phillips on the wing. Oosterman forcing Richardson to guard him. Now Cernugo. Kicks corner. Phillips. Three-pointer is good. And a timeout called by Central. Full timeout called. And we'll go to break. 5:47 remaining in this game. Welcome back to the fourth quarter, where the return to action starts with a quick turnover, but foul in the front court. Adam Hardick giving the junior Kyle Waltz some advice, telling him bounce pass next time. Oh, and a miscommunication there. Hinsdale Central fortunate to get it back. Oosterbaan, challenge for three. Good closeout by Hardick to get a hand up. Oh, but Oosterbaan on the backdoor cut. Offensive rebound. Dukes have struggled on the boards here in the second half. Levine, floater, looking to draw the foul. First free throw is good for Levine. Two free throws for A.J. Levine, up to 7 points. Five minutes to go. Good pass by Cernugo, but it's tipped, and here come the Dukes. Looking to push. Alex Sherman for three. It's good. Alex Sherman with his first points of the game, and they come at a crucial time. Lead down to 14. Oosterbaan trying to back down Sherman. And a steal by Levine. Levine into the backcourt, lays it in.
About the closest lay-in you'll ever see.
Thought he might go up and dunk it for a moment. Figured you can't do that when you're down by 12. Yeah. Oh, a lapse in defense leaves Emerson Eck wide open, but he cannot hit. Hinsdale Central missing some shots down the stretch. Brennan Molis, Euro step, and oh, it rims out. Not sure how that one didn't fall. Duke's just not getting those friendly bounces that you see most games. Phillips facing pressure. Now he hands it off to Cernugo. Hits Oosterbaan, who hits Collignon. Cernugo, nice backdoor cut. Extra pass. Now Phillips. Another extra pass. It's Oosterbaan for three, and it's good. The Dukes have just lost him too many times in the second half. Closing out on the wrong guy. Richardson for three. Can't hit. Just like you said, Oosterbaan up to 19 now. And a foul. They're going to call that a block on Molis. Was looking for the charge. And the Dukes will now play their 13th man of the game. Senior Tommy Van Daff, number 22, is about to check in. Richardson will get a breather. Logan Rice quickly checking in too. And the Dukes are going to go small ball here. Adam Hardick will take a seat. Logan Rice going to play center. Sherman corrals the rebound after the Collignon missed free throw. Sherman now slowing it down. Gets into the paint. Phillips on him. Fadeaway blocked by Phillips. Great defensive play to stay with Sherman the entire time, and now a foul on Logan Rice.
Exacerbated look from Logan Rice, something a lot of defenders defending Chris Paul have a face that a lot of defenders defending Chris Paul has made throughout his entire career. Is he's made a living on gaining fouls like that. A
smart heads-up play by Cernugo, also knowing that Hinsdale Central's in the bonus. It's the 8th foul of the half for York. And hope is getting thin for them. They're down 16 now. And they need points in a hurry. Cernugo hits them both. Up to 14 for him. Now Levine. Levine, quick pull-up three. Short. Rebound Cernugo. No-look pass from Oosterbaan. Hits Cernugo. Now Oosterbaan gets into the paint. Fader won't go. Rebound Rice. Pass was intended for Mullis, ends up in the hand of Levine. Levine fires again from three. This time it goes down. The corner J for A.J. Levine gets him into double digits. Phillips facing the double team, and it works. Rice with the steal. Ahead to Mullis. Mullis for two. 51-39 now. Dukes have woken up here in the second half. Graham goes baseline, and he stepped on the baseline. Another turnover for Hinsdale. Don't go anywhere yet. Dukes with a very late push. Nick Dezzano checks in for Sherman. Now Dezzano working on Cernugo. Finding Levine. Levine pass back down to Rice. He can't corral it. It was a scrum on the baseline. They're going to say last touch by the Dukes. Squandered opportunity there. Bounce pass by Eck. Find Phillips. Collignon has it in the corner, guarded by Tommy Van Daff. Eck finding Phillips. He runs into Oosterbaan. And a turnover. No, it falls on Oosterbaan. And they're going to grant the timeout to Hinsdale Central. Thought it was a travel there. But a quick little heads-up play from Benny Oosterbaan to call the timeout. With 1:19 to go, Dukes need the ball back, and they need it back in a hurry. No shot clock in high school basketball. That may change very soon, but as of right now, in regular season games, no shot clock, so the Hinsdale Central can pass it around for the rest of the game if they want.
Yeah, that's something that they've changed for not this year yet. I think next year they will end up fully implementing it, but I think this year they're doing playoff games with the shot clock. As you can see, I don't know if we have shown the backboards yet, but there is a new black box on the right side of both backboards, and that'll eventually be a 40-second shot clock.
Inbound to Phillips in the backcourt. Under 100 seconds to play. Oosterbaan. Pressure from Dezzano. Levine sends the double team and a foul. That'll send Ben Oosterbaan to the line. Looking for a 20-point game if he hits one.
It would be his third of the 5 games he's played in.
Hits the first, extending the lead to 13. If the score stands, that'll push Hinsdale Central to a 4-1 record. A nice little way to start the year. The Dukes will fall to 2-3 and 0-1 in conference. A minute 10. Levine looking for the quick bucket. He'll go to the line for two. Foul called on Evan Phillips with 1:07 to go.
A lot of fouls tonight. Refs have been calling it close. I'd say a well-called game. They've just
pretty even.
not letting the guys play a lot.
Levine hits the first. Dukes remaining in the small ball lineup. Levine hits them both. 14 in the game for A.J. Levine. Leading scorer for York. Dukes pick it up in the full court. Phillips out of control. No timeout is called. Gives it to Eck, who gives it to Oosterbaan, who finishes at the rim. Under a minute to go. And a great textbook way of how to break a full court press was just put on display by Central. And with under a minute to go, they will likely wrap things up here in Dick Campbell Gymnasium. A turnover there increases their chances tremendously. Still pushing the pace. Surprising that their coach isn't asking them to slow it down. Nonetheless, Chase Collignon is fouled, and he will go to the line now for 2. Central is in the double bonus. And with 36.2, this one is all but over. Final 30 seconds remaining here. Fans beginning to clear the gym. Be sure to tune into York Sports Network tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, Saturday. We're at 12 p.m. The York girls team will take on Downers Grove North at home. Live on York Sports Network, as always. Final 20 here, and Hinsdale Central, oh, are they going to run the clock out? Yes, they will. Final score here in Elmhurst, 56-41. A very hard-fought victory for Hinsdale Central.
A lot of potential left for both teams. I feel like the difference between the scores were pretty accurate, but the main issue is that neither team could really convert on any opportunities they gave each other, whether it was the endless amount of turnovers that the Dukes had or the lack of scoring runs that Hinsdale Central went on throughout the course of the game, despite getting a lot of opportunities from the Dukes. But as you said, hard-fought in-conference game, one of the first. Both teams will round into shape, and this will be a very competitive game whenever the Dukes go visit the Red Devils out in Hinsdale.
A great road win for Hinsdale Central as their great start to the season continues. As for the Dukes, they will look to bounce back next week, and that game will be live on York Sports Network. For Joshua Melvin and the entire crew, I am Gavin Connolly. Have a great night, Dukes fans, and go Dukes. Final score, Hinsdale 56, York 41.